Hey everybody, welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you how to play both guitar solos from the classic Beatles song Get Back. Now for this one, John Lennon took the solos, and John wasn't the most refined lead guitar player, so you can hear him bend the notes a little bit sharp in this and it sounds a little out of tune, but you know what? I wouldn't change it for anything. It's so memorable and it just adds a little bit of character. Now the first thing I'm going to do is play both solos slowly with the tabs on the screen. That way the more advanced players can get through this more quickly. Then after that, we'll break them down note by note. Let's go. Okay, here's section 1 of solo 1 at normal and then slow speed. Now, as we play through this, remember, like I said at the beginning, John Lennon wasn't the most accomplished lead guitar player. That wasn't his specialty, his forte. So some of the notes are going to sound a little bit out of tune when you try to play along to the original, because John would like bend a little bit too sharp, etc. So don't get too hung up on that. Just go with what feels right, okay? So we'll break it up into 2 boxes. And in the first one, we're going to play this. Okay, let's break that up note by note. Now we start with a tiny little string scratch on the G string, and you can barely hear that on the record, but it's there. If you want to skip it, you certainly can. Then you're going to quickly slide from 9 to 11, and you barely hear that 9th fret note because you're sliding out of it so quickly. So if you just want to play the 11th fret note instead, you can. Okay, so far? And then you're going to play the 10th fret of the B string 4 times. And on the second 2 times, you're going to add vibrato. Okay? Again, if you want to skip the string scratch and the 9th fret note, you can, and it would sound like this. Most people won't know the difference. All right, then we're going to play 12th fret of the B string twice. And on the second time, you're going to bend it up a full step. So a full step is like going from 12 to 14. Then you're going to hold that note up there, and while you're holding it, you're going to play the 12 of high E. And then you're going to hit the 12th fret of B string and bring it down. Okay? Here's what we have so far. And then 10 of B, 11 of G, 10 of B slide down. Let's tie all that together and play that first box again, slowly. Now in the second box, we're going to play this. So first we're going to slide up to the 9th fret of the A string, and then play 7 and 9 on D. And then 7 of G with a quarter step bend up. So a quarter step is basically halfway between going from here to here. And then 5 on G, 7 on D, 5 on G. And then you slowly bend up that 5th fret G string note. Again, quarter step. All right, let's tie those two boxes together now and play section 1 of solo 1 at slow speed and then normal speed. All right, let's move on to section 2 of solo 1. Okay, here's section 2 of solo 1 at normal and then slow speed. Okay, you'll notice some similarities between section 2 and section 1. We're going to break it up in half again, and in the first box we play this. So we're going to start by doing a quick slide from 9 to 11, and then the 10th fret of B. Then we're going to play a scratch on the B string and then 10 on B string. So far. And then another scratch on the B string and then the 10th fret, and then another scratch on the 10th fret. So far. Now those little scratch notes are very faint in the mix. Very, very faint. You can skip them if you want, just go. But if you listen closely, you'll hear those very faintly in there. And then 12th fret of the B string twice, and on the second time you bend it up. And once again, as you're holding that bend, you're going to play the 12th fret of the high E, and then hit the 12th fret B string again and bring it down. Here's what we have so far, slowly. And then 10 of B, 11 of G, 10 of B slide down. Here's that first box again. Slowly. Then in the second box, we're going to play this. Slowly. Very similar to what we played in section 1, so we're going to slide up to the 9th fret of the A string, followed by on the D string 7 and 9. And then 7 of G, so far in the second box. And then 5G, 7D, 5G. Again, little quarter step bend at the end. Here's that second box. Okay, let's tie those two boxes together and play section 2 one more time, slowly and then at normal speed. Let's move on to section 3 of solo 1. Okay, here's section 3 of solo 1 at normal and then slow speed. Let's break that in half, and in the first box we'll play this. So you're going to play 7th fret of the B string, bend up a half a step, which is going from here to here, and then 5 on B, 7 on D, 5 on G. Then in the second box, we'll play this. So it's 7 on the G string. You're going to bend up 3/4 of a step. So it's kind of like bending from here to almost here. So you're almost there. If you go all the way, it's totally fine. And then 5 on G, 7 on D, 5 on G. Second box again. Now at the very end of that second box, if you want, you can add in the open E string. The low E string, because that's what John uses to transition into. Right? He goes like this. So keep that in mind. All right, let's tie those two boxes together and play section 3 of solo 1 one more time at slow and then normal speed. Okay, let's move on to the second solo. Here's section 1 of solo 2 at normal and then slow speed. Now you're going to notice a lot of similarities, a lot of phrases you've already done in solo 1, okay? Now we're going to start in the first box by playing this. So we're going to slide up to the 11th fret of the G string and then play 10 of B. And then we're going to play the 10th fret of the B string twice, 3 times. Okay? Now, you don't want to let it ring out like this. After every little movement, you got to stop the string from ringing out. Right? Then the 12th fret of the B string 3 times, and on the 3rd time you're going to bend up, and you're going to do that movement we've done before. Right? So again, 3 times on the 12th fret of the B string, 3rd time bend up and hold it. And while you're holding it, hit the 12th fret of the high E, and then 12th fret of B, bring it back down. Okay? So far? And then 10 of B, 11 of G, 10 of B, slide down. Let's play that first box again, slowly. Then in the second box, we play this. So we're going to slide up to the 9th fret of A, and then 7 of D, 9 of A. And then 7 of G, quarter step, bend up. So far. And then 5 of G, 7 of D, 5 of G, quarter step, bend up. Here's that second box again. Let's tie those two boxes together and play section 1 of solo 2 one more time slowly and then at normal speed. All right, let's move on to section 2 of solo 2. Here's section 2 of solo 2 at normal and then slow speed. So we'll break it up into 2 boxes, and in the first we'll play this. You'll recognize this. This section is almost the same thing as section 3 of solo 1. We're just adding a note at the end. Okay, so in the first box we do this. So once again, it's 7 on the B string, half step up, and then 5 on the B string. 7 of D, 5 of G. Then in the second box we'll play. So it's 7 on the G string, bend up 3/4 of a step. 5G, 7D, 5G. So far. And then here's the extra note. 7 on G with a very tiny little micro bend. Here's that second box again. Let's tie those 2 boxes together and play section 2 of solo 2 one more time, slowly and then at normal speed. All right, let's move on to section 3 of solo 2. Here is section 3 of solo 2 at normal and then slow speed. So in the first box, we'll play. So we're So we're going to start by sliding up to the 11th fret of the G string, and then the 10th fret of B 3 times. Notice how I add vibrato to the 10th fret of the B string on the second two notes. Okay. And then 10 on B, 12 on B twice. The second time, give it a tiny little quarter step bend. And then while you're holding that little quarter step bend up, you're going to hit that note and slowly bend up to a full step. Okay. So far is what we have. If you want to simplify it, think of that 12th fret note as just picking it as you bend up, okay? That's a simpler way of looking at it, okay? But those who know my lessons know I like to get it as accurate to the original as possible. Okay, so now we're going to play 12 and B of 12 of E at the same time. But before you hit the notes, you're going to pre-bend that 12th fret B string note up halfway and then keep going with the bend. That might be a little tricky, so if you want, you can just start the bend from the bottom resting position of the 12th fret, like so. Again, 12th fret of B and E. Before you hit the notes, you're going to bend up that 12th fret B string note a little bit, and then once you hit the two notes, continue the bend. And now you've got that 12th fret B string note bent up. You're going to hit that note along with the 12th fret of the high E again, and then bring the bend down. It's kind of quick. And those 12th fret high E notes are pretty faint in the mix. You'll hear them if you listen closely, but they're kind of faint. Let's play what we have so far. And then 10 of B, 11 of G. Let's play that first box again, slowly and then at normal speed. So in the second box, we're going to play this. So we'll bend up at the 12th fret of the B string, a full step, and then 10 of B. Then we're going to repeat that 3 times, but the next 3 times, we're going to go a little sharp with that bend, okay? Let's play that second box again, slowly. All right, let's tie those 2 boxes together and play section 3 of solo 2 at slow and then normal speed. Okay, let's move on to the final section of solo 2, section 4. Here's section 4 of solo 2 at normal and then slow speed. We'll break that up into 2 boxes, and in the first we play. So it's 12 of B, bend up a full step, and then 10 of B, 12 G, 10 B. Then in the second box we play. It's the same thing we just played, but you add 12th fret of B at the very end. Okay? Let's tie those 2 boxes together and play section 4 of solo 2 one more time, slowly and then at normal speed. All right, let's wrap it up. All right, that was my video showing you how to play both guitar solos from the classic Beatles song, Get Back. If you found it helpful or informative, I would appreciate a thumbs up. And if you want to catch videos like this in the future, please click that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I will attempt to answer them as time allows. Until next time, rock on.